Well, hey, baby. It is March 31st. March 31st. And it is, your spring break is coming to an end. And you are near Hickory, Asheville, and there's Lake Lure somewhere south of Asheville. Let's see if we can find it. You see it? It's between the interstates. So you got Asheville here, you got an interstate going up, you got Interstate 40 going up to Morganton and Hickory. And then you got Interstate 26 going down to Hendersonville and South Carolina, Spartanburg. I've been through Spartanburg several times. Been in Asheville several times. They got the Blue Ridge Mountains there and the Biltmore Estate. And so Lake Lure should be, do you see it? I don't. And it's going to be closer to the interstate. Maybe it's not on this map, huh? Should be just west or east of Girton. Do you see Girton? I see Chimney Rock. There's Lake Lure. There's Lake Lure. That's where you are. Bat Cave. I've actually been to Bat Cave. I remember some of these places now. Blue Ridge. We were looking at it the whole time, weren't we? We were. And there's Lake Lure. Here's a different map of it. Asheville. Anyway, so there you go. That's what we used to do. That's what Matt and I used to do. We used to look at the map. We used to look at the actual atlas and find out where we were. And it turns out that you are right there. North Carolina. If you can see North Carolina, you can see the shape. It's long and jagged. I got a friend that lives down here near Swansboro. That's what we would do. Boy, it would hurt our eyes because we'd have to squint and look really hard to see those little towns and those little roads. The little parks. Let's see what else is close to you, huh? Let's see what else is close to you. Well, South Carolina is Charlotte. South Carolina is Blue Ridge. Blue Ridge. Everybody goes to Blue Ridge for vacations. They love the cabins in the Blue Ridge. Flat Rock. Edneyville, sorry. More Blue Ridge. Little Switzerland is there. Mount Mitchell. I've been to Mount Mitchell. It's the highest point in the eastern U.S. I was at Mount Mitchell with Courtney, actually. Believe it or not, I hope maybe you went there. That'd be kind of a cool story. All the little towns out there, South Mountain State Park. So you're 2,600 feet up, and NOLA's 2,600 feet. Chimney Rock, that sounds kind of cool. I don't know that I've ever been there. But there, you're actually there. You're 4,412 feet up. Columbus. That's a familiar name. I was born in Columbus, Indiana. Gardner-Webb University. So there you are, Lake Lure. Let's go up here into the mountains a little bit and see what's up there, huh? Pisgah National Forest. Spruce Pine. More Blue Ridge. Blowing Rock. Boone. There's Tennessee. Told you you'd go through Tennessee. There's Minneapolis, North Carolina. Not Minnesota. Bald Creek. Bald Creek. High Peak. So anyway, now that I've bored you with that, baby, that's what Matt and I used to do. My gosh, we'd spend an hour or two, it seems like, before or after a trip, at nights when we got a hotel, before we took off from a trip, while we were driving even, looking at these maps and finding out where to go. I believe Mount Mitchell is actually the highest peak in the eastern U.S., so if you went there, it's a pretty significant visit. It was a pretty heavy climb, actually. They got it paved now, but even for me, even for Daddy, it was a pretty hard climb. I did that 2 or 3 years ago, and you actually go above the mountains. Like I said, the Biltmore Estate is there, and you're within range there of several different states. In fact, I think they have Lookout Mountain where you can see, in the Blue Ridge Mountains, it's called Lookout Mountain, where you can see 4 or 5 states from one vantage point. Been there too. Columbia Gorge or Columbia Gap. And so you've seen some pretty good territory here. I would imagine that if you went with your mommy and Ephraim, and I don't know who you went with to this day, but if you just went with them and maybe your Aunt Mia and her kids, y'all probably just stayed at that resort. So we may need to go back in as you get older and actually climb Mount Mitchell. It'd be the highest point in the eastern United States, and in the Appalachians, the highest point, and actually the Appalachian Trail goes right through there. And then see the Biltmore State maybe, and some other cool things in that area if you haven't already. So I thought I'd show you where you were at. This is how we used to do it years ago. We used to actually look at the map and just squint and look at all the tiny cool little things, and then just put your lips to the wind and travel and go. So anyway, it's Thursday evening. The last day of March happens to be Valentine's Day for us and Father's Day for me. And I just wanted to let you know I was thinking of you, and I hope you're having a good trip with your mama and your brother and your cousins if they're with you. And traveling is cool, so I hope you're enjoying that. And I look forward to telling you more stories about my travels, the world's travels, and the places you can travel, and then hearing about your travels. So happy Thursday, March 31st. It's Father's Day for me. Enjoy your time, baby.